Welcome back. The Indian Army is looking to tick another box on gender equality. For the first time in its history, the Army will be inducting women officers into command roles. They will be promoted from the rank of Lieutenant Colonel to Colonel. Around 244 women officers are being considered for this promotion. Now, the ones who make the cut will fill up 108 command vacancies. These officers are set to be drawn from the 1992 to the 2006 batches. They will lead various operational wings like the Intelligence Corps, the Army Service Corps, the Engineers, Air Defense, Signals as well. Essentially, this is the first time that women will be commanding units in the Indian Army. It's not happened before. Reports are saying that the first appointment will be made by the end of January. What does that mean? To give us perspective, is someone who knows the Indian Army very well, has been part of it for 40 years or so, Lieutenant General Syed Hasnain. Welcome back to Mirror Now. Always good to have you on the show. General Hasnain, tell us why this is a milestone moment for the Indian Army. I'm not sure whether we are still a gender-neutral army. We are not. I think all of us can be honest about that. We are a long way to that. But today is an important milestone. This is an important milestone.
Thank you, Shreya. Thank you for having me on your program. And this is a very important issue that is being discussed here, because generally the public does not understand this. 1992 is the time when women entered into the Indian Army in the officer cadre. They came on conditions, terms and conditions were primarily 5 years of short service and out thereafter. Promotions up to the rank of a major, acting major, and they would not even become substantive majors. Thereafter, they came into the 10-year rule when the Short Service Commission got extended to 10 years, also extendable up to 14 years if they did not get permanent commission. And then that is the time when the struggle started, that if you're serving for 14 years, what prevents a lady officer, a woman officer, from actually commanding a unit if she's proficient enough? Everything in the army is on your proficiency. It's not that you are doing anyone a favor. The women who are being selected, who are being put across today, these 108 who will be selected, will be super efficient women. This I want to assure the public. And I've been given an assurance by the army also that all of them are going to be posted before the end of the month, or maybe maximum the first week of February, which means that for the first time you're going to find women in command. Now, what is the meaning of a command? Command in the army means the first time when you are responsible for a unit, not a subunit. In a subunit, you are still a series of subunits form a part of a unit. So you're responsible to someone else who's your commanding officer. Here, you are the commanding officer yourself. You are responsible. The buck stops with you. Everything is there. You will find the importance given to the commanding officer is immense in any army in the world, but in the Indian Army in particular, because we are called a command-oriented army. You can be a colonel as a movement control officer at a railway station or anything like that, but that's not command. Command is when you are responsible for the soldiers under you, serving under you, their lives in an operational environment. And this is the important thing here. For the first time, you're going to place the lives, the future of your people in uniform, men, women in uniform, in the hands of women officers. That's the momentous thing which is happening today.
Okay. General Hasnain, just also to tell our viewers the fact that, yes, 2021, we've made permanent commission. That's something that has happened. Women are getting permanent commission, but it's not enough just to get permanent commission. You need to ensure that women progress, and hopefully one day you will have a woman who's the army chief. You know, I hope I see that moment in our lifetime. So it's important not just to make permanent commission for women, but to ensure that they progress as well as their male counterparts, right? But here's the question I will ask you. You know, the US Army, you know, has done an experiment where they had mixed units and where they had all male units, and this was an experiment on combat skills. I'm fairly certain you're aware of it. And that experiment found that mixed units didn't perform as well as all male units, and also women were more prone to injury. Of course, this is just the US experiment. Experiments in Israel and Canada and Denmark and US have found otherwise. I'm asking you this question. now that women will be in command positions, can we at least start thinking about women in combat roles? It's a long, it's a long pending discussion. We've had it for the last 10 years or so. But is it time that the Indian Armed Forces can open their minds and their hearts to women in combat roles? Or do you think that time is still very far off?
Nothing is impossible, Shreya. If you've got a positive mindset. You see, if you notice, since the time I've been discussing all these issues with you for the last 10 years, perhaps now, almost, I have always maintained a positivity about this issue. And everything has happened as we have predicted. But it's taken its time to happen. So everything will happen. It is only that its time will come, then it will happen. Because there will be lots of obstacles, there will be lots of detractors. As to the specific question, can women come into combat? Look, if you are going to put a woman physically unfit, mentally unfit, not good enough to be able to be robust enough to take the strain and stress of battle, no, you're not going to have those kind of women in combat situations. It's impossible. You can't survive with them. They will have their men killed. What we are looking for is people who are equally good as the men that they are serving with. Remember, one of the challenges of command always is, for me always, is that I must be better than my men. If not as good as them, I must be better than my men. Then I am fit to command them. If in a situation, a combat situation, I have to tell my men, man, you go there, I should be capable of doing that job myself. So the corollary of that is, which fits out into this environment, is no woman is going to come into a combat role if she's unfit. She had better be completely fit.
Correct.
She had better win the complete confidence of her men who she's commanding. In fact, the entire command, the men and women under her command. If she does that, there is no reason why she cannot be in a combat role. And I foresee that happening sometime, because in my service, I have seen some women. Frankly saying, I've seen some women who I was proud to have under my command. I used to feel scared of them sometimes. I said, amazing the kind of physical fitness they've got, the kind of confidence that they've got. They can put many men to shame. And be assured that this is an opinion I've been holding for very long, and I think I will continue holding this opinion.
So we'll have this chat 10 years from now, and hopefully 10 years from now, we'll have women in combat roles. Of course, the army will argue, they are now in the artillery, and artillery is on the front lines. What do you mean combat role? But as I end this discussion, I also want to say that what also needs to happen is greater participation of women in our armed forces. Right now, what is the structure we have in the Indian Army? You have less than 4% women. Indian Air Force, well, 13 to 14%, not bad. And the Indian Navy, 6%. So that percentage needs to go up as well. General Hasnain, always good to have you on the show. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us here.